Alright, thought you guys might like to see something I found in the trash yesterday. Where I live, it's funny when you live in a big city, in particular when you live like in an apartment thing, because people throw away all sorts of things. It's a roof rack basket, and this thing has got some weight to it. It's kind of substantial here. So I want to place this up on the deck here. I'm not going to leave it up there for now. It's the sort of thing I don't typically travel with stuff up on the roof. It really can hinder your gas mileage. There's a trick to that when it comes to like putting an air dam up. Matter of fact, I'm going to find some pictures. I'm going to insert them right now for you to take a look at. And this is, I think I find some pictures when the first rack I built up here was, I built upon the factory rack system. And I made these wooden parts, cross members, where I created the perfect channel that wrapped around the factory roof rack perfectly. And then I made them taller than they needed to be, and I snapped a line, because, you know, the roof of the van is curved, and I cut all the tops of each one of those cross members perfect, so I was able to get a perfectly flat deck that I then put plywood on. And I had the wood supports protrude beyond the factory rack, and I put a steel 1-inch galvanized steel pipe through there, and it made it so I can attach things to it. Worked out pretty good. And I put an air dam up there that turns out I didn't need here, because the angle of this windshield is such that the wind hits this and forces it up. So it shoots up, and then it kind of, you know, if you were to look at a wind tunnel, the air goes up and then it comes back down and goes over. So you want to keep your rack beyond the front bump here before it starts bending down, and it's enough room so that the air goes over that. So I'm not having any, I don't believe I'm having any weird wind restrictions. And one of the things that tells me that is I never got any crazy wind noise with this setup right here. Zero. No vibration, nothing. Of course, it's bolted down well and all that. And I've got a flat deck up there, which I'll show you guys in a second. But one of the things is, what if I wanted to put some stuff up there? I carry lumber up there all the time. I go up there and hang out all the time. It's a great vantage point. There's been times stuck in traffic. We're not moving. I get out of the van, get up on the roof so I can see what the hell's going on. It's awesome. I love having it. But one of the things is, like, what if I have to travel a long distance and I want to have more room inside the van? We know that the inside of the Astro van is kind of tiny. And I've got a pretty good setup here with my platform, bed platform, kind of garage underneath the bed set up, and I keep a whole living room here. I'll show you that in a second too. So what if I wanted to go somewhere where I had a lot of extra stuff and I had to put it up on the roof? This is exactly what I've been looking for, because I can figure out a simple way to, like a clip system or something. You have to keep in mind this rack, maybe I'll explain it to you real quick. I'll take the camera and walk around and talk about it real fast for you. But just to let you know, there's unistrut going across these 2 aluminum rails I installed, and then there's wood decking on top of that. It's a nice flat deck, and then I mortised in D-rings. JD5 Customs sent me a bunch of D-rings from Sprinter vans. Very cool of John there. And I put them in, and they're mortised in, so when they're folded down, the deck is perfectly flat. So I can slide things across, and I can pop them up, and I can tie things down with those D-rings. That works out pretty well. But what if you had a bunch of bags of personal items or something? Then you kind of want something like this. So I can create a system for this. I'll just be able to bolt it down with some like U-clips that I could drill right through the wood, probably right into the unistrut. I'll figure all that out. But then I can bungee this down. You can get a cargo net to hold stuff down, whatever. So it's a useful thing, and it was free. Let me throw it up on the rack, take the camera off this thing here, this tripod for you, show you a couple shots of what I was just mentioning, and then look up on the roof and eyeball this real quick, and then I got to get to work. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I think you just saw some old pictures from like 2018, 2019, when I had the other rack on here. So you saw that. I'm going to talk about the rack, but here's my normal setup. So I like having this as a living room. Keep in mind that this seat swivels around, so you put it forward and it swivels. And once that seat's spun the other way, this is a living room here. And as you guys might know, this box here, closet, whatever you want to call it, folds down. That becomes a table for this chair. It's perfect. I run these trays up here when I'm in the city, because this helps me to, put stuff up on there and it doesn't wreck the bedding, right? So I can put tools or material or anything I want up on these. I think it's kind of a genius idea, if I do say so myself. Underneath here, I keep bags here with some tools. This spot here is for my tool tote. I've got my new kitchen box back in there, and over there there's a fridge, right, that we all access from the back. You might remember this system. This is great in the city, not great off-road. Off-road, this moves, and then it comes out, and then what happens is this slides forward in transit, like if I'm going up and down mountains. I figured that one out on this last trip in Arizona. But, so yeah, boom, boom. And then there's two little holes over here in the plywood. And then there's two pins right here. And they just, real simple. And this has been a game changer for me. That fits right there. Then I come over here and boom. So what I really have to do is I just have to drill this out a little bit so that this pin will go all the way in, and maybe even come up with a different catch. Obviously this is a used vintage thing here. I actually put a screw in here on the road last time to keep this from sliding out anymore. Over here there's a sliding door with storage. Basically there's just a box I created here. It's a plywood box. It doesn't have a back or a bottom or anything, and I've got a sliding door. Got a bunch of gear stored in here. I like having this shelf here for my power stations. Everything works out. Aromatic cedar ceiling. These are T-shaped upside down. They just hold these panels. They're just floating there. I still have to finish off the edges. Now, let's get to this rack. Here's the rear bumper system. You guys have seen this before. Yesterday I found that this had backed out. This nut here, I'm sorry, I know the mic isn't spun around. And it was loose, so I tightened that up yesterday. Okay. We'll take a look at that in a second. But just so you see here, I made these, now there's multiple videos on this, but I made 6-inch long, they're 1/4 inch thick by 2-inch angle aluminum, and I mounted them right where the original factory ones were mounted. These brackets here. The sun's kind of hot over there, maybe you can see it better over here. I don't know. So I mounted those where the factory brackets were, and then right on top of that I mounted this rail here. All right, that goes the length of the vehicle. There's 2 of those. That gives me a nice flat surface. And then across that I put the unistrut, and then I put the decking, which I didn't anticipate on holding up as well as it has. It's been holding up very well. What's going on here with this, it's a place for me to strap things. Before I had the D-rings in. Again, mic isn't spun around correctly. Let's get up here, talk about it from the roof. I leave these out here because I can grab them. For those that don't remember, there's a step right here. And this rail here, it follows the curve of the van. and it protrudes beyond the top edge of the van here. And it was pointed out to me by an engineer who was a 4x4 guy that that was like a genius idea, because if I go off camber where there's tree limbs, that'll hit the tree branches and keep the van from going over too far and maybe smashing a window or something. So that was just a lucky thing. Let's check this out. All right. So the beauty of this is I can see that you're on an angle here. Let me try to fix that. Alright, so the beauty of this is I can mount this to one side, I can mount it up front, I can mount it towards the rear, anywhere. And what I like about it, it gives me a surface or an area, like I said, to put stuff that won't slide all over. I can put a cargo net on it. The other thing is, if I had some stuff on here that was tall, and I was nervous about drag and wind resistance, I can go ahead and make a wind jammer here that would come up on an angle, and that would help deflect the wind, and that will absolutely help with fuel economy. Hard part for me is, where do I keep this? There's a spot right next to the garage I can see. I think I'm going to put it out there for now and hopefully not forget about it. Anyhow, I just thought you guys would get a kick out of this roof rack kind of discussion on the van. And thriftiness. So much of the stuff I own, I literally found in the garbage. It's crazy. Look at that. This came apart. This is coming off. Look at that. So it's good to come up and inspect your stuff from time to time. This is a KC Lights thing, I believe. It's this weather stripping sort of thing that glues to your windshield. Looks like I caught it on something and it pulled this off. And this was a magnet here. I got these magnet zip tie holders. Looks like something got caught on there and it pulled that off. So it's good to know about. What's going to be happening here with the lights is I have a rear light mounted underneath the rack. I'll show it to you now. With the box here now, I can actually step on that if I want to, but it's my system. So right up underneath here, I've got another light. It's not wired. And that's a pretty cool thing to eventually set up. So it'll just throw light behind you if you're out in the woods and you're backing up. This company, which I can't think of the name of right now, sent me a replacement because you can see there's water in here. And it was flickering. And when they sent me that, they sent me 4 new pod lights as well. And I have not yet replaced that for good reason. It's going to be a project for me to get to that. The idea would be the 4 pod lights would go mounting up here. One up underneath here, one up underneath here on the back side, and then 2 more on the other side, right? Makes sense? When I figure out what I want to do on the decking here, I want to replace it with something else. The beauty of what I'm using, it's just pine. I've oiled it a few times. It's been holding up fine. You have to clean it a couple times a year because it gets a lot of dirt. Just there's a lot of dirt near here from all the traffic. I think it's mostly tire rubber of all things. At any rate, I want to find a better material that's also light, because these pine boards are very light. And you could put a Trex up there, but Trex weighs a ton. It'll add a ton of weight to the roof of your van. So maybe I'll come up with something else. I mean, if they had like a 1x aluminum, like a 1x6, something that's 5.5 to 6 inches wide, that was aluminum, that was affordable, I would do that because that would last. I just don't know what that would cost. But anyhow, when the time comes to do that, which hopefully will be in a year or so or less, all those boards will come off. Then I could put a gland in the roof of the van, run the wiring properly instead of down the windshield like you just saw, run all the other lights, run everything through a gland, get that down through into the van, you know, and do it correct. It's not my favorite thing to do. You guys know I say it all the time. I don't like the electrical aspect of things. So anyhow, that's it. You know, I found that thing in the garbage. I was going to throw it up there to eyeball how much area it takes up on the deck. You can see it doesn't eat up much space at all. And you kind of get the gist of what's going on. You saw pictures of what I did in the past. I think there was a couple pictures there from, I think it's 2019. I think that was the year 2018, 2019 when I was out in, that was West Texas, just north of Paducah, Texas, where I built out that hunting cabin. My buddy and his brother built it. They didn't do a great job building it, so I had to do a lot of extra work that wasn't anticipated. Also, it's on this platform there that was just full of rubbish and overgrowth, and I got there, and there's a picture folder on it in my Mike Z Design Facebook page. Maybe I'll make a video out of that like I do. And I got there and I used a board. It was like a 2x8. And I just removed all the debris, organized it, and I scraped the entire area of that concrete clean with a 2x8. And I built a debris ramp from all the debris, all the rubble and the dirt and everything, so that you could drive up onto that pad. And that took days and days of time, which wasn't really initially included in the project. You know, I didn't know I was getting myself into it. I'd been there before one time, I think. Yeah, I camped there during a storm, it was a crazy lightning storm. That was insane, that trip. And that was 8 years ago. So whenever that was. At any rate, I went back to do the job, and I had forgotten about that, and we really needed that debris ramp. So anyhow, it was a ton of work. And you see what I did there. There was a giant piece of plexiglass that I had as an air dam. I don't think there's great pictures of it. And but you can kind of see what I did, because I had a chop saw up there on a sled. It's actually this one. So I had my 12-inch chop saw on that plywood sled up on the roof, which was crazy, wrapped in plastic. And I think I came back with surfboards and a ladder. I've had all kinds of stuff that I've driven across the country with this thing with. But when I had that on the way out, and on the way out, I stopped in Arizona where my brother lives. He works for the Grand Canyon Railroad. He gave me the Plexi. And I was getting crazy good gas mileage, even with all that stuff up on the roof. But that's because I had the air dam. And I guess that's the thing I wanted to drive home in this video. If you're going to put things on the roof, do an air dam. If you're going to put a rack on your Astro van, make sure, you know, rack / deck, make sure it stops behind here. You can see, you know, that gives the air enough room to go up over the roof and up over your rack. If you have your rack protruding or coming all the way out to the front edge of the windshield or beyond, you're just asking for trouble, man. That's going to catch the air. It's going to want to lift your front end a little bit. It's going to just kill your fuel economy. So just something to be aware of. I don't know what we're calling this video, but I found that basket. I thought you guys would think it was interesting, and you'll see me use that at some point in the future, most likely. And that's it for now. You guys have a great day. Be kind to one another. Tonight's Sunday night chat, I'll be talking about a lot of stuff that's been going on. It's crazy. So I hope you guys will be here for that. And I'll catch you in the next one. Be nice to one another.